Many doubt death sentences will stem India sexual attacks. NewTimes.com. Subscribe. Digital/home delivery. Log in. Register now. Help. Homepage. Today's paper. Video. Most popular. Edition. US/global. Search all NewTimes.com. Asia Pacific. World Africa America Asia Pacific Europe Middle East. US. NY/region. Business. Technology. Science. Health. Sports. Opinion. Arts. Style. Travel. Jobs. Real estate. Autos. Many doubt death sentences will stem India sexual attacks. By Poesai Tag and Larissa Bills. A sense of insecurity. The brutal rape of a young woman in New Delhi last year has led Indians to ask, why are women so unsafe in public spaces? Daily travels are often filled with a sense of insecurity. By Ellen Berry and Betwa Sharma. Published, September 13, 2013. New Delhi. There was no mistaking the whoop of joy that rose outside Saket District Court on Friday, when word got out that 4 men convicted in last December's horrific gang rape and murder had been sentenced to death by hanging. People burst into applause. They hugged whoever was beside them. They pumped the air with their fists. Related. Prosecutors seek death penalty in India rape case September 12, 2013. 6 charged with murder in India after rape victim's death December 30, 2012. Clashes break out in India at a protest over a rape case December 23, 2012. Connect with us on Twitter. Follow @NetTimes World for international breaking news and headlines. Twitter list, reporters and editors. Enlarge this image. Altaf Kadri/Associated Press. Women marched outside the court in New Delhi after the sentencing of 4 men in a gang rape and murder last December. "We are the winners now," said a woman holding a placard. Sweat had dried into white rivulets on her face, but she had the look of a woman who had, finally, gotten what she wanted. And it was true. A wave of protests after the December rape have set remarkable changes in motion in India, a country where for decades vicious sexual harassment has been dismissed indulgently, called eve-teasing. But some of India's most ardent women's rights advocates hung back from Friday's celebration, skeptical that 4 hangings would do anything to stem violence against women, a problem whose proportions are gradually coming into focus. "I think a lot of people were hugging each other because they thought this evil is localized, and it will be wiped out, and that is not the case," said Karunanandi, a litigator who has argued before India's Supreme Court. "The sad truth is that it is not a deterrent." From the moment it broke, the story of the 23-year-old woman who became known as Nirbhaya, or Fearless, awoke real rage in the population. Hoping for a ride home from a movie theater, she and a male companion boarded the private bus, not realizing that the 6 men aboard had been cruising Delhi in search of a victim. After knocking her friend unconscious, they took her to the back of the bus and raped her, then penetrated her with a metal rod, inflicting grave internal injuries. An hour later, they dumped the pair out on the road, bleeding and naked. She died 2 weeks later of her injuries. Young men and women, mobilized through social media, joined protests that spread across India, demanding tougher laws and more effective policing. "As a woman and mother, I understand how protesters feel," Sonia Gandhi, India's most powerful female politician and the president of the governing Congress party, said at the time. "Today we pledge that the victim will get justice." After intensive public discussion of the case, some changes followed with extraordinary speed. Reports of rape have skyrocketed. In the first 8 months of this year, Delhi's police force registered 1,121 cases, more than double the number from the same period in 2011 and the highest number since 2000. The number of reported molestations has increased 6-fold in the same period. The government created a fast-track court for rape cases and introduced new laws, criminalizing acts like voyeurism and stalking and making especially brutal rapes into a capital crime. Scholars have delved into the social changes that may be contributing to the problem, as new arrivals in India's huge cities find themselves unemployed and hopeless, stuck in the space below the working class, as the writer Rajrishi Singhal recently put it in an editorial in The Hindu. But many were thinking of something more basic, punishing the 6th one. The juvenile got a 3-year sentence in August, and the driver was found dead.